Okay, so this is part 2 of the streaming test. I don't have a clue as to why Ecamm all of a sudden is bugging out. It's probably because of my update. I have to check it out. I don't know what's going on. But before it bugs out again, let me try to do this test. So this test is between 1080p and 4K. So right now, the way you're seeing me is in 1080p, and I will switch to 4K. This is 4K. This is me streaming in 4K. This is the 4K version, 1080p version. Do you see a difference? Do you see a difference? 4K, 1080p. Again, 4K, 1080p. Now, let me switch the camera. Let's see if you can see the difference. So this camera is the red. Let me make sure it's focused. Boom. All right, it's completely focused. So this is 1080p. This is 4K. Again, 1080p. And this is 4K. So you can probably only see a difference if I zoom in. So let's do that. Boom. This is 1080p. So this is where you can really see the difference. So 1080p. Boom. 4K. Now that's when you can see a big difference. So if look at my beard, that's my beard in 4K. That's my beard in 1080p. 4K. 1080p. Let me take off the zoom. Boom. Boom. So you see, there is a difference, but there is not that great of a difference. Reason being, if you have good lighting, a good lens, and a good camera with a good sensor, good 1080p is enough. Now, the only reason you actually need 4K is if you are streaming and showing the image on a massive screen, something like a huge LED wall or a massive 4K monitor. Yeah, if you're blowing it up, that's when 4K makes a world of a difference, because blown up 1080p doesn't look that great. But majority of people that are streaming, they're streaming to people that are watching it on their phones, or even if they're watching it on their TV, they're at a distance. So they're not really seeing all of the bumps on my skin and every strand of hair and etc. You don't need it. Plus, it uses a whole lot more resources to stream in 4K. So you decide. You decide if you actually need 4K over 1080p. I would say put majority of that investment into good lighting, a good lens, and a good camera. Then you would definitely see the difference. And plus, you obviously have the benefit of streaming less. Your resources from your computer will be less, as well as you won't have to pay that much. You'll save a substantial amount of money. So yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna try to figure out why Ecamm is crashing on me. Well, it's not crashing, it's just stopping the live stream. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. So until next time, make sure you guys stay safe, stay content, and get out there and stream something, as well as get out there and make something. Don't waste time. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace. I was about to end the stream. I was just about to end the stream, but I saw that a few people just jumped on. So if you guys have any questions, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I should have never updated to the latest version, but things happen. If you guys have any questions about about streaming 4K versus 1080, let me know. Let me know. I think I saw Dwayne Woods ask a question in the previous stream. Hold on, let me mute this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I can't find a comment right now. But if you can ask that question again, if you're here, Dwayne, that would be great. If you can ask that question once more. This is why I don't update. This is why I don't update my systems, because when I update my systems, things go crazy. So just for those who are here, we can actually do the test once more. So this is me in 1080. This is actually me using 1080. And this is me switched to 4K. Now you can see like the beads of sweat a bit more crisp, and the color is a bit different as well. Again, 1080p. 4K. Let's zoom in. Boom. 1080p. This is where you actually see the difference. 4K. Boom. Zoomed in. So you see, but who is going to be looking at people this close? 4K. I mean, this is 4K. And this is 1080. 4K. 1080. Is it that much big of a difference? You tell me. Is it that much big of a difference? Also, we have also a side camera. So let's get to the side camera. Boom. This is 4K. And this is 1080. 4K. 1080. Now, it might be a bit difficult to tell the difference because I have pretty good lighting and I have pretty good cameras and pretty good lenses as well. Ethan said, I see no difference, just a slight difference, honestly. Correct. And remember, 4K is 4 times. So you are spending probably like 3 times the amount of money in order to have a slight difference. Now, again, this makes sense if you are streaming and you're showing the image on a massive screen. Now, something like a LED wall or something like a Jumbotron or something, 4K, streaming 4K makes sense because blown up 1080 isn't that appealing. But how many people will be in that predicament? Not too many. Not too many at all. Again, this is 1080 and this is 4K. Now, I must say 4K has a better color. I don't know why that is. 1080 is a bit more warmer and 4K is a bit more magenta, but you see it's a lot more crisp and a lot more sharp. But you don't really want to be too sharp, especially if you are doing close-ups of women and etc. They don't really like the camera all in their face showing all their blemishes. So for me, I think I'm gonna stick with 1080p for a while. The only benefit of me going 4K is that if I'm using Ecamm and I'm recording using Ecamm, it's gonna be in 4K. Other than that, I think I'm gonna stick with 1080 for right now. So again, invest in good lenses, invest in good cameras, and invest in good lighting. Because good 1080p can beat a lot of 4K. Streaming in really good 1080p can beat a lot of 4K streams. The reason being is that you are taking out the time to perfect your image and present the best possible image to your sensor. Can you do a test of internet bandwidth you will need for 4K and 1080? Yeah. I can't do it right now since I'm streaming. But with 1080, 24 frames per second, I think I need 4 divided by 12. Yeah. 4? Hold on. I can't think right now. Yeah, 3. Yeah. You need 3 megabits per second to do 1080p, 24 frames per second. With 4K, 24 frames per second, you need 12.3 megabits per second. And that's only if you're streaming to one location, and that's upload speed. So if you're streaming to multiple locations, you're going to need a ton of bandwidth. Yeah. How do I do the calculation? So when I use Ecamm and I look at the settings, it tells me how much bandwidth I need to upload. And since 4K is 4 times the amount of 1080p, if I switch back over to 1080p 24 frames per second, it'll be that number divided by 4. So yeah. So I would say, again, do 1080p, but get good cameras, get really good cinema cameras, get really good glass, and get good lighting. Yes, sir. Boom, boom. It's not worth it. Better to stay with 1080. That's what I'm gonna do. Again, this image that you're seeing right now is 1080p. And this is 4K. I'm spending... How much did I spend to do 4K today? Probably $2,500. I spent like $2,500. Now, I'm gonna return the stuff, but I spent like $2,500 just to go 4K today. I already had the internet speed, but I just needed a capture card. I needed the switcher and the 12G SDI cables as well, just to look like this versus me just streaming and looking like this. So yeah. yeah, that's the thing. So 4K right about now, if you don't have the infrastructure, it's a bunch of hype for right now. You don't need to stream in 4K. Good 1080p is good enough, and it will save you a ton of money. Now, if you, for some reason in the future, you're getting a whole lot of clientele and they're seeing what they're liking, and you're building out a lot of studio spaces and etc., and then you can upgrade to 4K. But make sure you have a way to pay for it. Don't just go 4K for 4K's sake, because as you see, the results are kind of negligible. That is a lot. Over here in the UK, our internet provide much. No, I spent 2,500 just for the devices. I already have a gig up and a gig down internet speed. So I was covered with the internet speed. My infrastructure is covered. I just needed the capture card and the 4K switcher. And both of them combined is like around 2,500, which is insane. Which is insane. That's just two things, because I already have everything else. I already have the 4K cameras. I already have the internet speed. Already have the computer and etc. I just needed those two things, and those two things cost 2,500. That's nuts. But yeah, if there are no other questions, let me do the switch one more time at this side camera. Let me zoom in. Let me do this. Let me choose my hand so you can see my hand. So this is my hand, 1080p. This is my hand in 4K. 1080p, 4K. And after this, I really want to see if I can tell the difference, because I have a 4K TV, and when I put it on there, I'll really tell the difference. I mean, it's probably going to be a little smudgy and blurry, but a lot of people are fine with that. So, yeah. So, wrapping up again, I'll let you guys decide if it's worth it to do 4K, if it's worth the money, worth the upgrade in your computer, your internet, your switcher, your capture card, your cameras, your SDI cables, if it's worth it just to have this negligible crisper shot. Yeah. So other than that, make sure you guys stay safe, get out there and create, get out there and stream, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.